Hi everyone. There is so much going on this planet today, and I don't know about you, but there's just a lot to take in and to put together, and there's so many distractions that can keep us just in a state of fear and survival mode. And so I wanted to take a moment to just connect with you guys, talk a little bit about my thoughts on what's going on and what I've heard from those who I have watched and listened to. And I never eat up the whole plate, but I do not throw out the baby with the bathwater. And my Icke, my brother, spoke to me about this when I was learning about Yahuwah about 2 or 3 years ago, and I love that saying. So I have kept that, and it's something that I think is important for all of us. There are golden nuggets all around us, and so we need to look for those and trust ourselves, and we need to think outside of the box, not to just believe what we are being fed. So stay tuned. Alright, so I'm just going to come on and speak from my heart, and I'm going to say that there's a lot going on in the world today, that we all know this, and there's a lot of distortions and deceptions, confusion going on. There's a conquering and dividing that is occurring, but on a different side, when we look at the bigger picture, we can see there's a lot of people raising their awareness and becoming more conscious of who we are and why we are here. Now, I don't understand everything. I don't understand fully how things are going to work together, but I know that I have a choice in this, and I can either be in a state of the lower vibrations and emotions and limited thoughts, living in the memorized past or the predictable future, or I can raise above this, and despite what my circumstances currently show me, I can be greater than my current circumstances by living and embodying the love and the light that we are. I believe that there's a intelligence that has created all of this, and that we are part of Source because we are one. And I believe that as we embody the Source and allow for us to surrender our limited thoughts and emotions and beliefs, the belief systems that we've been passed down to us, and the programming and conditioning, that is when we are able to see things more clearly and the veil is raised. I do not want to push my beliefs on others. I recently was given a message by my youngest, who's 11. My youngest daughter, anyways. My youngest is 3, my little boy. But Shay told me she didn't believe in God, and my eldest, who's going to be 19 in July, told me that she didn't believe, several years ago, and at that time I was pushing a lot, and I thought I had it all figured out, or yeah, I pretty much thought I had it all figured out. And so I can see where they can feel that way, because when there's a lot of pain and suffering, or you feel frustrated and resentful about what's happened, and each situation is complex. For my situation, my eldest is very angry and resentful at me for the choices I made in trying to protect them and doing what I did in leaving to Mexico, and just having the struggles and being in that survival mode, having like the light and the darkness battling back and forth, and a lot of darkness presented within us when we were in Mexico. And it was a very scary time. There was a lot of fun, and I knew that we were going to come out of it, or I believed that we would. I just wanted my baby boy to be born. But things did not go that way, and I think that the reason why is because I was in survival mode, and I had so much more to learn. And my belief systems, very limited thoughts, feelings, and just everything that I was doing was keeping me bound and was not serving me or my family. Unfortunately, I had a lot more to learn, and so I am learning to be the light, learning to have integrity, to have my words and my actions match. And I think that the perfection that we all are in knowing that we came here to fulfill a purpose, and that when we begin to remember who we are then connected, and knowing that perfection is not what we've been taught. We can make mistakes, and we learn from those. The challenges that we encounter, we can either look at them with a perspective of their being done to us or for us. And so I choose now to see that things are being done for us. And I think that today, what's going on around the world is going to either wake more and more people up, and on the other side, it's going to just make people stick their heads further in the sand into ignorance. And it's basically what Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, talked about recently. You either take the red pill of the truth about what's going on in this world, or you take the blue pill and you go back to sleep, and you basically just roll over and give up for the most part. And that's when the veil stays over your eyes, and you're just not ready yet to face yourself in the mirror and the world, because it's hard. It can be hard to, when you're in that survival mode. I don't want to make it out to be that it has to be this terrible place, because I think we can learn in a place of love and joy and success, and we can learn from others just by watching what other people are doing, following their lights. But the pain and suffering that we all do experience from time to time is there for a reason. And so I hope that you guys will take the red pill, and that you will question things by going inside. There's some talk out there about, why is this happening? Prophecy. You have, the media and all the people who are, the actors, the players, the characters who are playing their parts quite well, doing many things to people because of greed. And there's a force behind that you can see in this world. And then you can see a force that is bringing love and raising awareness and uniting people. So I think that we have a choice in this as to which way we're going to walk, and whether there are parasites on this planet who are manipulating and using the energies in such a way, and trying to keep us docile and in a perpetual slavery, because right now people are in this slavery of the mind. And then you have the different statuses, like being a U.S. citizen as opposed to American state national or a state citizen. There's all types of trickery out there. And I think that, we need to use our voices, use the pen and paper, but we need to just have this stillness inside of us. Go inside, quiet everything around us, and take the time to really connect with Source and with one another. So I think that I'm going to just continue to say this because there's so much that I think that we're going to see. There's different agendas out there, and if you follow the money and you see the track record of people, those people who take the red pill will begin to see what is going on. And I think that that knowledge is power, but don't get lost in all of that, because it is, and there's illusions in this world all around us, and we need to learn the life lessons, and I think come together using our gifts and our talents, our voices. But yeah, because I don't know how this is all fully going to play out, besides them pushing different types of toxins, vaccines, and things that many independent, unbiased experts have spoken about. And when you observe what's going on in the world and you see the autism rates and the connection of what's going on, and then you see these people in these what they call authority, right? Places of authority, houses of authority, seats of authority, they give themselves these titles. You will see that they silence open dialogue from happening. And there's a lot of evidence out there of experiments being done on people, and that is being done by these so-called government agencies and unconscious people who are being used, unfortunately. And so it's time for us to wake up. This is much like the CPS workers who come and take children, and the police that come and help, and the judges and the attorneys, and then you have people in the prisons, you have the counselors, you have the foster care, adoption agencies. This is a huge network of people who are compartmentalized and being used. And this isn't about true cases of abuse and neglect where you need an Article 3 court, a true court of record, where the evidence can actually be heard. And as we know, when we start to see what's going on, no fact shall be tried in court. And so you have to learn how to go and have those facts be heard in a court of record that you open up yourselves. But, how much of that do we need to be doing and have to be doing? And how much of this is just about raising our vibrations and getting out of the 3D, 4D, fourth dimensions, and raising up to the fifth dimension of where our consciousness is, and this place of being who we truly are, So I just wanted to put this out there. I will leave some links in the description box as to just different resources. Take the golden nuggets, leave the rest behind. What I provide does not mean I eat up everything off the plate, like I said before, and I don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. There is more than meets the eye with what's going on today, and this world's going to be a lot different place, and it does have to do with whoever these entities are, or unorganic species that are out here, or whatever the forces behind these characters that are slowly taking away the rights of the people, the natural rights. They're going against, some of them are going against the natural laws, but a lot of them who are at the top understand these natural laws, and they're using them in such a way to manipulate. But I think the intelligence of all things is putting everything together. I believe that many people who are seeking who they are, when I was learning about the so-called blacks and Yahuwah, and when I have been learning now about who we all are as one, and what that means, and how so much deception has been used to keep us just looking at one another as separate and not as one, and continuing to search out on a worldly level. I think that we need to step up a little bit more, and that means seriously just going within, quieting the mind, breathing in and out slowly, and beginning to put our focus on our hearts and on raising our consciousness and just, opening up the crown and being out in nature. Nature is a good classroom and teaches us so much. There's so much knowledge that we can get from this world. We are children of this world, and so I'm thankful for what I have. I'm thankful for what I've been given, and I just want to say that the stuff that's going on, don't eat up the whole plate unless you want to. You want to eat that, swallow that blue pill and put your head in the sand. But when your hiney's up in the air, you're going to get kicked a lot. And when you leave this life, your soul leaves your body, what are you going to be left with, and how are you going to feel? And as you walk in this life, what really matters is how you put your heart into things. Because the heart and our love, this unconditional love from Source, is so much more powerful than anything, any other energy out there, any other emotion, anything that we can do. And we are these people, we are these souls. And so let's be who we came here to be. Let's unite. Let's come together in love and peace and harmony. And that does not mean that we are going to be walked on or treated disrespectfully, because when we are in alignment with Source, when Source is for us, who can be against us? I love you guys, and I hope that you are taking the time to do what you need to do to be healthy. Raise up those vibrations so you can be healthy in a place of healing and growth and raising your consciousness, because survival mode is going to keep you stuck. It's going to keep you stuck in the lower vibrations in 3D and 4D, and that place is one of being in slavery of the mind, the body, and our souls are disconnected to, I guess, an extent. I can't put words fully to what that means, because I think we're all connected, but we aren't able to access the information, and our hearts are closed at that time. So let's love ourselves awake, like Anna Brown says. And just wanted to come on here to say that I know there's a lot more going on, and I don't trust the people who are being put in seats where they are speaking and telling people what to do and what's going on, and their science, pseudoscience and everything. I trust people who have nothing to gain and who have a lot of knowledge and wisdom, who have been silenced, and I also trust the observation that I can see of what's going on. And don't ever let anyone tell you that you are not smart enough to research for yourself, that there's too much information out there and disinformation and all of this. If you want to know the truth, you will find it. I love you guys. I will talk to you later. Namaste.